Alright, so this should be the last update on the 12 volt conversion. I finally got it figured out on this tractor here. I'm not sure what I was doing right or wrong, but I took the alternator off the tractor today, took it back to Advanced Auto Parts, had it tested, and it tested fine. The thing was, I couldn't get it to excite. It wouldn't self-excite, and the RPMs maybe are a little too low. This tractor runs at a top speed of 1500 RPMs, which I thought, according to the paperwork that came with this alternator, and doing a little math with the pulley sizes, thought it should have been able to spin fast enough to self-excite, but I just wasn't having any luck with it. And I tried wiring it, and I'm not an electrician, not an automotive electrician for sure. So I had something wrong, and it kept discharging the battery. And I just finished this up. I think I had a wrong diode. I got a different diode and put in here. This comes from keyed power. There's only power going through it when the key is on, and it comes down here. If you can see, this is the number 1 terminal. Let me see if I can get around here. Okay, this one is when it comes from the key, and then the number 1 terminal, and it's just going to wash it out. Okay, the jumper is number 2, and I'll show you real quick here. Makeshift work table. This is the diode that I got from Radio Shack. 2761141. You can see it there. What I ended up doing is I clipped the ends off about like that. They're pretty long, and I put them together with some butt splice connectors. I just put a butt splice on each end of the diode, and you might be able to see there. It's kind of hard to tell. I used clear shrink tube just to be able to show this. But there's a butt splice here and a butt splice here. That way I made sure it had good connection, and the whole way through the process I used my multimeter and just made sure that there was still voltage coming through. And after I put the butt splices on, and I heat shrunk them, and then I put this clear heat shrink over the entire thing so that the diode itself will be protected as well, because it's just out here in the weather. Well, the tractor sits in my barn, but it's just kind of exposed, so I wanted to make sure it was all protected. And so even through all the heat shrink process, just make sure I didn't burn it or something. I don't know if heating it up would cause any problem, but checked it anyway. So now seems to be working all right. Now jump up here and see the voltage gauge is at 0. Okay, and we're about 12. About 13 volts, whatever. I just had it running. Then we can see that took it down a little bit. And jumped right up there, you see, as soon as it started. up over 14 volts, so it was clearly putting out charge. Oh, so now next order of business is I need to lengthen this hydraulic line right here from my valve up to my valve body. That's the way I had to plumb this. Got an on-off valve one. This one, you turn it on and then turn that off, and that'll run the 3-point cylinder down here. But I need to get a longer line for that, and I want to raise this up and move it over here because you can see my levers are behind the steering wheel, and that's kind of a pain to operate the loader when your controls are behind the steering wheel. So I need to raise that up and maybe bring it over here to the side a little farther. We'll see how much slack I have in these lines here. But anyway, electrical problem solved. It runs. The loader all works. And it's good to go. I just need to get the rest of my 3-point hitch figured out now. Still isn't connected because it's not the right thing. That's where the cylinder is, and this is where the lever where it's supposed to connect up. It must be from a different model or something, I don't know, but it was off of Massey Harris because it bolted right up. I mean, everything was exact. That bracket comes up, there's where the rock shaft is, bolts in the top. So anyway, it should be good to go. Thanks for watching.